The noose tightened around my neck like a lover's lie. The prison air thick with the stench of regret and bleach. And in that final, choking gasp, I saw her face, my stepmom, Evelyn, smirking from the shadows of my trial. The woman who'd planted the evidence that sealed my fate. Blood roared in my ears as the trapdoor dropped, my body jerking in betrayal's cruel dance. Every bone screaming the truth I'd ignored. She hadn't just stolen my inheritance. She'd orchestrated my murder to bury the family's secret forever. Then, darkness swallowed me whole until it spat me back out. 16 again. Heart pounding in a body that hadn't yet shattered. Staring at the mirror in my childhood bedroom. The date on my phone screaming May 15th, 2005. The day before it all began unraveling. I blinked at my reflection. 16-year-old Savannah Harper staring back with wide hazel eyes and that stupid ponytail I thought made me look mature. The acne scars from freshman year had faded just enough to give me false hope, and my cheer uniform hung in the closet like a ghost of pep rallies and fake smiles. But this wasn't a dream. The calendar on the wall, the faded Taylor Swift poster peeling at the edges, it was all too real. I'd died. I'd swung from that rope in a maximum security cell, framed for embezzling millions from my late father's company. A crime Evelyn had pinned on me with forged emails and a planted ledger. And now, I was back. Reborn. Given a second shot to claw my way out of the grave she'd dug. My hands trembled as I touched my face, feeling the smooth skin that would soon wrinkle under stress I now knew too well. Downstairs, the clatter of breakfast dishes pulled me like a siren's call to hell. Evelyn's voice, honeyed and sharp, floated up. Savannah, honey, you're going to be late for school. Big day tomorrow, graduation practice. Don't want to look sloppy in front of the dean. I froze on the stairs, bile rising. Tomorrow. The practice where I'd first overhear her on the phone, whispering about tying up loose ends with my dad's old partner, the one who'd vanish after signing over the shares. That was the spark. The one that led to me digging too deep, confronting her, and ending up with a shank in my gut during a suicide watch slip-up. No. Not this time. I descended, plastering on the wide-eyed innocence she expected. The kitchen was a shrine to suburban perfection, granite counters gleaming under Florida sun streaming through bay windows. The scent of bacon masking the rot beneath. Evelyn turned from the stove, her blonde bob impeccable, yoga pants hugging the figure she'd maintained with Pilates and spite. At 38, she was the trophy wife who'd outlived her shelf life by burying secrets. There you are, sleepyhead. Pancakes. Sure. Thanks. My voice cracked just right, the eager stepdaughter. Not the woman who'd screamed her name in a courtroom. As she slid the plate over, our eyes met. And for a split second, I swear she saw it, the flicker of knowledge in my gaze. But she blinked it away, smiling that Colgate flash. Excited for tomorrow? Your dad's so proud from heaven. I mean, Dad. The word twisted like a knife. Richard Harper, tech mogul who'd built Harper Innovations from a garage startup into a billion-dollar empire peddling antivirus software. Heart attack 6 months ago. Or so the obituary said. I'd learn later it was poison in his scotch, administered by the woman who'd sworn to love him. His will left everything to me, his little firecracker, with Evelyn getting a trust fund for her comfort. Comfort. Yeah, right. She'd comfort herself right into my gallows. School was a blur of hormonal chaos. Palm Beach High's hallways buzzing with prom afterglow and senior pranks. I nodded at lockers, dodged jocks slapping high fives. But my mind raced circuits Evelyn couldn't hack. Revenge wasn't a sprint, it was a virus. Slow burning. Undetectable until it crashed the system. First, I needed proof. The old proof, the one that got me killed. Lunch found me, in the library, the AC humming like a confessional. I logged into the ancient school computer, fingers flying over keys that felt like relics. Dad's company email was still synced to my student account, a perk of nepotism. There it was, the archived folder from last year, when I'd first interned at Harper Innovations. Invoices. Transfers. A shell company named Elysium Holdings, siphoning funds to offshore accounts. I dismissed it as accounting voodoo back then. Now? It screamed Evelyn. But I couldn't just waltz in and accuse her. No. That got me isolated. Discredited. This time, I'd play the long game. Ally with ghosts she didn't know haunted her. Starting with Marcus. Marcus Hale was the wild card. Dad's former CFO. The guy with the rumpled suits and a moral compass that spun like a drunk compass. In my first life, he'd testified against me, tears in his eyes, swearing I'd begged him to cook the books. Lies. All of it. Evelyn had his daughter in rehab, leveraged like a chokehold. But if I got to him first, after the bell, I skipped cheer practice, controversial move number 1, earning glares from Captain Brittany, and biked to his office in West Palm. The building was a squat concrete bunker off I-95, the kind of place where dreams went to audit themselves to death. Receptionist waved me through. Nepotism's ghost again. Mr. Hale, it's Savannah. Harper. He looked up from spreadsheets, glasses slipping down his nose, face folding into that avuncular smile. Kiddo, what brings you here? Miss your old man. More than you know. I perched on the chair, channeling vulnerability. Actually, I need advice. Dad's gone. And the company's. Weird. I saw some emails. Transfers to Elysium. What is that? His pen froze mid-scribble. Color drained from his cheeks. But not fear, guilt. Savannah. That's internal stuff. Not for interns. Please. I'm turning 18 tomorrow. It's my legacy. I leaned in, eyes pleading. If something's wrong, I need to know. For Dad. He sighed, rubbing his temples. Minutes stretched like taffy before he caved. Elysium's a buffer. For taxes. Legal. But gray. Your stepmom handles the filings now. Gray. The word hung. A thread to pull. Evelyn? She said Dad managed it personally. A beat. Then, softer. Did she? Look. Kid. Things change after a death. Grief makes people cautious. Cautious. Or criminal. I thanked him. Left with a USB drive of sample reports, his olive branch. Unwitting. Back home, Evelyn was at her book club, wine glass in hand, oblivious. I plugged in the drive upstairs, heart hammering. Password, Richard Savannah 08. Child's play. Files bloomed, ledgers showing not taxes, but diversions. Millions funneled not to Cayman banks, but a U.S. trust under Evelyn's maiden name, Vaughn. Vaughn. The name from Dad's old letters. The one he'd burned after their divorce. Evelyn Vaughn. The ex-wife who'd clawed her way back as the devoted second wife. Deeper, emails between Evelyn and a PI named Rocco. Confirm Richard's affair, one read. Make it stick. Affair? Dad?
No.
That was her fabrication. The smear to justify the prenup tweaks. And there, the kicker, a draft will. Predating Dad's death by weeks. Leaving everything to her. Forged signature. Sloppy digital trace. My hands shook as I copied it all to a burner email. One I'd set up on a library proxy. Evidence. But evidence alone was a noose if she found it. I needed allies. Real ones. That night, dinner was a minefield. Evelyn chattered about graduation gowns, her eyes scanning me like radar. You seem distant.
Sweetie.
Boy trouble. Just nerves. I force a laugh. Spearing salmon. Big speech tomorrow. Dean wants valedictorian vibes. She beamed, but her fork paused. You'll shine. Like your father. The lie tasted like ash in my mouth. Bedtime brought no sleep. I lay staring at the ceiling fan. Blades chopping moonlight. Replaying my death. The appeals denied. The media circus branding me. Heiress gone rogue. Evelyn's tearful CNN interview. She was troubled. We tried. Tried to kill me. More like. Morning broke humid. The air thick with jasmine from the neighbor's yard. Graduation practice at school. Caps and gowns in the gym. The scent of polished floors and adolescent sweat. I slipped into the bleachers. Eyes on Evelyn in the parent section. Her phone to her ear. This time, I had my own recorder app running. Hidden in my palm. Yes. Rocco. The Hale meeting set for after the ceremony. Get the leverage ready, photos of the girl if you have to. No loose ends. My blood iced. The girl, his daughter. Leverage. I edged closer. Heart thundering. When Brittany bumped me. Save, you're late. Coach is pissed. Not today. I whispered, but too loud. Heads turned. Evelyn's gaze snapped to mine. Brow furrowing. Practice dragged, but I nailed the lineup. Mind elsewhere. Post-rehearsal. The dean pulled me aside. Savannah. Stellar work. Your speech, it's got edge. Moving forward. No matter the shadows. Poetic. Shadows. If only he knew. I nodded, fleeing to the parking lot where Evelyn waited. Engine idling in her white Lexus. Drive safe, she said, all maternal glow. But as I buckled in, her phone buzzed. She glanced, Rocco's name flashing. I memorized the number. Home was a powder keg. I feigned cramps. Holed up in my room. Firing off an anonymous text to Marcus from a burner app. Elysium isn't gray. It's theft. Check Vaughn Trust. Protect your daughter.
Send.
The die cast. Night fell. And with it, the first crack in her facade. A call from downstairs, Evelyn's voice rising.
Sharp.
What do you mean? Hale's backing out? Fix it. I smiled in the dark. Round one to me. But revenge? It itched like a fresh tattoo, promising ink that might bleed. As thunder rumbled over the Everglades, I wondered, how far would I go? How many lines would I cross before she dangled from her own rope? The next days blurred into a calculated storm. School ended in a haze of yearbooks and hugs. But I skipped the parties, holing up with printouts and Dad's old Rolodex. Contacts, lawyers, journalists. Even a hacker buddy from Dad's poker nights, Tommy Ghost Ramirez, the guy who'd once joked about ghosting bad code. I met Tommy in a dive bar off Dixie Highway, the kind with neon bud signs flickering like false promises. He was older than I remembered, tattoos snaking up arms that typed faster than they threw punches. Little save?
Shit.
You grew up. What's the gig? Corporate espionage. Need you to trace some wires. I slid him the USB. Cash for my allowance, $500, every cent I'd saved. He whistled, cracking a beer. Harper Innovations? Your pop's shop? This smells like family drama. Worse. My voice dropped. Murder. Tommy's eyes sharpened, but he nodded. Give me 48. But kid, if this blows up, you didn't hear it from me. It would blow up. That was the point. Meanwhile, Evelyn amped the charm offensive. Spa days. Shopping sprees at Worth Avenue. Gucci bags as bribes. For your big day, she'd coo. But her eyes probed, hunting cracks. I played along, laughing at her stories of Dad's wild youth, all while slipping questions like razor blades in candy. Tell me about Vaughn. Your maiden name sounds elegant. She stiffened over lattes, then recovered with a tinkling laugh.
Oh.
Ancient history. Before Richard swept me off my feet.
Why?
Just curious. Family trees and all. I sipped, watching her knuckles whiten on her cup. That night, Tommy texted, trace is complete. Elysium to Vaughn Trust, 23 mil. Offshore, hops via Panama. Signatures digital, forged. And get this, IP from your home network. Her. All her. I forwarded to Marcus anonymously, adding, she's coming for your girl next. Run. Dawn of graduation broke golden, the sun baking the palm fronds as limos queued outside the auditorium. I stood in my cap and gown, blue polyester swishing like a shroud, mirror reflecting a girl who'd died and risen. The speech burned in my pocket, rewritten in blood-red ink, no platitudes. Just barbs about betrayal's cost. Evelyn fussed with my tassel in the green room, her perfume cloying Chanel No.
5.
Dad's favorite. Weaponized. You look beautiful.
Honey.
Make us proud.
Us.
As if. I will, I murmured, kissing her cheek. Her skin was cool, like marble over a grave. The ceremony was a circus, bands blaring, pomp and circumstance, parents snapping pics with disposable cameras. The air electric with hoots and hollers. I marched with the H's, heart sinking to the bass drum, spotting Marcus in the crowd, face ashen, daughter beside him clutching a program. My turn came too soon. Podium lights blinded. The mic feedback a brief screech. I cleared my throat, voice steady as steel. Fellow graduates, families, friends, we stand here at the edge of forward motion. But what if moving forward means staring down the shadows that shaped us? The lies we swallowed, the trusts we broke. Murmurs rippled. Evelyn shifted in row 1, smile faltering. I've learned that family isn't blood, it's the ones who don't sell you out for a check. My father taught me that. He built an empire on code unbreakable. But empires crack when wolves in sheep's clothing rewrite the lines.
Gasps now.
The dean fidgeted backstage. I pressed on, words a scalpel. Tomorrow, we step into worlds where betrayal waits like a virus. But remember, reboot. Rewrite. Revenge isn't petty, It's justice reclaimed. Chaos erupted, applause mixed with whispers. Evelyn bolting upright, face thunderous. As I descended, she cornered me in the wings, grip iron on my arm. What the hell was that?
Savannah?
Are you high? I wrenched free, voice low venom.
No.
Evelyn. Awake. For the first time, her eyes widened, recognition dawning. Impossible, yet there.
You. How?
But before I could answer, Marcus stormed the stage, megaphone in hand, daughter trailing. Ladies and gentlemen, a word on Harper Innovations. The crowd hushed as he projected slides, ledgers, emails, Rocco's texts. Evelyn's empire crumbling in pixels. Fraud, theft, and attempted murder. Sirens wailed distant.
Closing in.
Evelyn lunged for me, nails raking, but security swarmed. You bitch. You'll pay. I laughed. Cold and final. I already did. Swing for me. Remember? As cuffs clicked on her wrists, the twist hit, Tommy's last email. Forwarded mid-chaos. One more trace.
Save.
The poison in Richard Scotch? Not just Evelyn. Your bio dad, Vaughn Sr., funded it. She's his pawn. You're the heir to both graves. Blood or not.
The shadows were mine.
Forward? Hell yes, with fangs bared. The auditorium emptied like a punctured lung, confetti crunching under fleeing heels. The Florida heat turning the air to steam as cops hauled Evelyn away in zip ties. Her designer heels scraping concrete. I stood there, gown askew. The weight of eyes like spotlights burning my skin, classmates whispering psycho, parents clutching pearls. Marcus nodding grim approval from the sidelines. His daughter, Lily, a wide-eyed 12-year-old with braces glinting, tugged his sleeve. Daddy. Is she the bad guy now? Not anymore, he muttered. Then to me. You did good.
Kid.
Saved us all.
Did I?
The high of exposure crashed into nausea as Tommy's email seared my phone screen. Vaughn Sr., Evelyn's father. My biological grandfather? The pieces slotted. Dad's letters. The burned ones. Mentioning a mistake from the past. Not an affair. A child.
Me.
Conceived in some Miami Beach fling. Adopted quietly by Richard Harper to spare the family name. Evelyn hadn't just married in for money. She'd infiltrated to reclaim what her bloodline deserved. Revenge tasted metallic now, like biting tongue mid-fury. I'd toppled her, but unearthed a dynasty of deceit.
Cops swarmed.
Notebooks out. The dean sputtering about inappropriate conduct. I gave statements clipped and calm, channeling the boardroom poise Dad drilled into me. Facts first, emotions fuel. By dusk, we were at the station, me, Marcus, Lily in a vinyl booth sipping vending machine Coke, the fluorescent buzz drilling my skull. Detective Ruiz, a no-nonsense Latina with a Mets lanyard, leaned in. Miss Harper, this is big. Embezzlement, forgery, and you say murder? Attempted. On me.
Actual.
On my father. I slid over the USB. Voice steady. Check the tox report. Scotch bottle from his study. Cyanide trace. Her brows arched. And your stepmother? Evelyn Vaughn. Her prints are on the glass. Housekeeper saw her pour it. Ruiz nodded.
Jotting.
We'll pull records. But kid, this speech? Ballsy. Or suicidal. Both. I glanced at Marcus, who avoided my eyes. He knew about Vaughn, the adoption, Dad's dirty secret to protect me from tabloids, from a grandfather who'd built Vaughn imports on smuggling rackets, then gone legit with laundered cash. Lily piped up. Innocent grenade. Are you really her daughter?
Save?
Like blood. The room stilled. Marcus shushed her. But damage done. Ruiz's pen paused. I forced a smile. Family's what you make it. Squirt. Nightmare fuel followed. Media vans clogging the driveway. Lights strobing our McMansion like a crime scene reenactment. Evelyn's lawyer, a slick shark named Harlan, arrived with bail papers, but Ruiz shut it down. No dice. Flight risk to the Caymans. I retreated to my room, barricading with Dad's old baseball bat. Scrolling news alerts. Heiress exposes stepmom's empire of lies at graduation. Comments flooded, trolls calling me drama queen, feminists hailing girl boss takedown. Controversy brewed, just as I'd engineered. But the twist gnawed. Vaughn Sr. Where was he now? Obituaries said, heart failure 2 years back. But Tommy's trace hinted shell companies still active. Puppets dancing to a dead man's strings? Sleep evaded. Chased by ghosts. My death replayed in loops. The Shank's cold kiss. Evelyn's whisper through the bars. Sure. It's mercy. Mercy. For what? Keeping me from the truth? Or her from losing the game? Morning brought warrants. FBI now. White collars swarming Harper Innovations. Sealing vaults. Marcus called. Boards in panic. Shares tanking. We need you. Save, interim CEO.
Me, 16.
Cap barely tossed. Hell no. I'm toxic. You're Harper blood. And you just saved the company.
Pause.
Look. About Vaughn, your dad wanted you safe. Ignorant. Ignorant got me killed. Safe's overrated. Meet me at the office. Noon. The drive was surreal. Palm trees blurring past like judgmental sentinels. Radio droning Evelyn's mugshot, eyes feral. Lipstick smeared. I pulled into the lot. Security nodding me through. The lobby, all glass and chrome, felt hollow without Dad's booming laugh echoing off escalators. Marcus waited in the corner office. Blinds drawn. Coffee steaming. Sign the papers. You're in. I scanned the contract. Red flags waving. CEO in name. But board veto power. This is a leash. Protection. From lawsuits. Evelyn's suing for defamation. Of course. I signed anyway, controversial choice too, stepping into the viper pit at minor status. Headlines screaming teen tycoon or train wreck? First order, fire the PI. Rocco. I buzzed his extension. Voice amplified through speaker. Rocco Salvati, you're done. Pack up. And tell Grandpa Vaughn his pawn's in check. Silence. Then a chuckle like gravel. Cute. Princess. But blood calls to blood.
Click.
The line died. But my pulse raced.
Grandpa.
The word curdled. Afternoons bled into strategy sessions. Me and Dad's chair too big for my frame. Fielding calls from investors spooked by the scandal. Miss Harper. The markets. Stabilizing. I lied. While Tommy fed me dirt. Vaughn's remnants. A network of import firms masking money trails. One name popped. Elena Voss. Evelyn's half-sister. Running a gallery in Soho. Leverage? Or landmine?
Decision time.
Controversial 3. Leak to the press. I tipped off a Miami Herald reporter. Anonymous. With the adoption docs Tommy unearthed, sealed court files, Dad's signature crisp. Eris's secret origin mob ties? It hit like a hurricane, front page splash. Paparazzi swarming school pickup, suspended now. For safety. Evelyn's arraignment turned circus. Her yelling lies. That girl's a fraud from the dock. But the public? Divided. Savannah Strong trended. Alongside Harper hoax. Home was isolation chamber. No more book club Evelyn, just echoes and takeout.
Y por dover files.
Piecing the puzzle, Vaughn Sr. hadn't died natural, poisoned too. Same M.O. Evelyn's patricide for the throne. Then Dad's to consolidate. Mine to erase the claimant. Twist deepened. A letter in Dad's safe. Yellowed envelope. To my firecracker if I go sudden. Trust no one named Vaughn. Especially not the one I married. He knew. And said nothing. Betrayal layered. Like onion skin over a bomb. Week 2, board meeting. Suits in the conference room. Shark eyes appraising the kid in jeans and blazer. Projections, one grunted. I projected the slides myself. Tommy's hacks. Cleaned up. Elysium reversed. 23 mil incoming.
Plus.
New antivirus rollout. We're up 15%. Murmurs. Then. The hook, but Vaughn's circling. Shell bids on our stock. We counter with transparency, full audit. Public. Risky. A silver fox balked. Scandal fatigue. Or opportunity. Make us the heroes. My voice brooked no argument. Vote passed 7-5. Me abstaining, but smirking inside. Post-meeting. Marcus lingered. You're ruthless.
Save.
Like him. Learned from the best.
Pause.
And the worst. Lily safe. Relocated. Thanks to you. He hesitated. The adoption. Richard loved you. More than blood.
Blood.
It called, all right, to war. That night, a package arrived. Unmarked. Heavy. Inside. A locket, Evelyn's. Monogrammed Evie. Note in elegant script. Family reunions are messy. Let's talk.
E.
Jailhouse missive. Smuggled. My gut twisted. Trap? Or olive branch from a cornered queen. I burned it in the sink. Flames dancing like vindication. But sleep brought dreams. Swinging. Her face morphing to mine.
Reborn.
But chained to the same sins. Dawn. Elena Voss's number.
Courtesy Tommy.
Call connected on ring 3. Voss Gallery. Elena? Savannah Harper. We need to chat. About Daddy's legacy. Laughter. Smoky. Finally. Coffee? Soho's calling. New York. Away from the heat. Into the viper's den. Controversial 4. Jetting cross-country. 16 and solo. Board signing off on fact-finding. JFK was a zoo. Cabs honking symphony to my jet-lag haze. The gallery squatted in a Soho loft. All exposed brick and pretentious abstracts. Paint splatters worth my tuition. Elena waited. Mid-40s. Raven hair in a chignon. Cigarette dangling like a dare. Evelyn's echo. But sharper. Eyes green as envy. Savannah. The prodigy. She air-kissed. Leading to a back office cluttered with canvases and cognac. Black like your soul? Espresso. We sat. Steam rising like unspoken accusations. You ruined my sister, she started. No preamble. But brilliantly. Daddy would applaud. Vaughn Sr., the poisoner? She exhaled smoke rings. Patricide's a family tradition. He killed his own father for the rackets. Evelyn. Emulated. Emulated. Cold word for matricide light. And you? Observer. Profiteer. She tapped Ash. The trust? Half mine. But you, the lost lamb. Daddy's fling with your mother. The maid. He regretted nothing but the cover-up.
My coffee soured.
Richard adopted me to spite him. Or to groom you. Elena leaned in. Harper Innovations? Built on Vaughn code, stolen algorithms from our smuggling days. Your father was the thief. World tilted.
Dad.
The villain? No, survivor. But the gray bled black. Why tell me? Survival. Evelyn's fall exposes us all. Join or die, metaphorically. She slid a folder. Deeds.
Stocks.
Co-CEO. Voss Harper merger. Temptation. Velvet glove over iron. Power. But at what cost? Blood money. Laundered legacy. Ill think.
Do.
Her smile. Predatory. Families forever. Darling. Back in Florida. The merger leaked. My doing. Testing waters. Stocks spiked. But protests erupted. Mob heiress? Pickets at the gates. Lily's school getting calls. Marcus cornered me. What the hell? Save? This ties us to Vaughn. Unties Evelyn, I snapped. And buries the bodies. He backed off. But doubt lingered in his eyes. Climax brewed. Evelyn's trial. Fast-tracked to July. Miami courthouse a tinderbox. I testified. Voice echoing off wood panels. Recounting the frame-up. The shank. The swing. Jurors leaned in. Evelyn glaring from the defense table. Her once perfect bob stringy underlights. Your Honor, her lawyer Harlan boomed. The witness is unstable. Her rebirth delusions. Objection overruled. But the seed planted. Controversy 5. Me the unreliable narrator. A cross-exam. MS. Harper. This evidence hacked? Illegal? Justice. I countered. Like your client's forgery. Jury deliberated 2 days. Verdict. Guilty. Life without parole. Cheers erupted. But as they led her away, she twisted, spitting. You think it's over? Vaughn blood runs deep. He'll come for you.
He.
Elena? Or the ghost? Twist landed that night. Elena's call. Daddy's not dead.
Sweetie.
Cryo-frozen in a Swiss vault. Waking soon. And he wants his throne. Revenge complete? Or just reloaded? I hung up, staring at the locket I'd saved from the ashes. Click open. Photo inside. Me as infant. Vaughn Sr. cradling. Eyes hungry. Forward? Into the family maw. The locket burned a hole in my palm as I paced the mansion's marble foyer. Moonlight slicing through floor-to-ceiling windows like accusations. Evelyn's guilty verdict should have been confetti. A slam-dunk end to the nightmare. But Elena's call twisted it into a prequel. Cryo-frozen? Vaughn Sr. The old bootlegger kingpin turned pharma mogul. Ice like some sci-fi villain. Waiting for tech to thaw him back to life. And he wanted me, the bastard seed, to inherit? Or be the sacrifice? I hurled the locket at the wall. Gold clinking against crystal vase. Shattering both. Glass rained. Symbolic as hell. Cutting my bare foot. Blood welled. Hot and real. grounding me in the second chance that felt more like a curse. Reborn to avenge one betrayal, only to unearth a hydra's nest. Dad, Richard, had known. The safe's letter screamed it. He'd played knight, adopting me to shield from Vaughn's clutches, marrying Evelyn as a Trojan horse to infiltrate and dismantle. But she'd flipped the script, poisoning him slow, framing me to erase the evidence. Morning came gray, rain lashing palms like judgment. The board summoned, emergency Zoom, faces pixelated in panic. Savannah, the merger rumors. Confirmed, I said, voice flat. Boss Harper. It cleans the slate.
Gasps.
But the cryo story? Tabloids are eating it alive. Let them. Controversial 6. Embracing the freak show. We pivot to biotech. Vaughn's cryotech, legit asset. Stockle Moon. Vote split. But my shares, Dad's legacy, tipped it. CEO Savannah Harper. Teen Titan or tabloid trash?
Both.
Baby. Packing for New York was therapy. Folding sundresses into suitcases like folding lies. Marcus drove me to the airport, Lily waving from the back seat, her braces flashing innocence I'd lost twice over. Be careful. Save, he said, hugging awkward. This family's poison. Already am. I grinned, masking the churn. Plane touched down at LaGuardia amid thunder. Cabs splashing through puddles to the Soho gallery. Elena waited, unchanged, cigarette eternal, smile serpentine. Welcome home. She poured cognac, clinking glasses. 2 revelations. I sipped, fire down throat. Cut the crap. Cryo's real? Very. Daddy's in a Zurich clinic, suspended since '03. Heart gave out mid-deal, yours. Actually. Richard poached him.
Poached.
The algorithms. So, he freezes to spite? Or strategize? Wakes in 2025. World's his. She circled me, appraising. You look like him. The eyes calculating. Flattery or threat. And Evelyn? Loose end. But useful. She's talking names. Accounts. Immunity deal brewing. My blood chilled. She flips on me? On us. Elena's hand on my shoulder.
Cool.
Join. Or she paints you the mastermind. Coercion. Velvet again. I shrugged her off. Timeline, 6 months. Plane leaves tomorrow. Zurich. Neutral ground. Or grave. Decision go. Controversial 7. Flying into the dragon's lair. 16 and armed with nothing but spite and a fake ID bumping me to 18. The clinic was Alpine Fortress. Snow-capped peaks mocking my thin jacket. Halls sterile as a morgue. Elena led to a viewing room. Glass wall fogged. Texts in whites murmuring over screens. There, the pod. A sapphire coffin humming. Frost rhyming the glass. Inside. Him, Vaughn Sr. Face gaunt but imperious. Tubes snaking like veins of ice. Beautiful. Isn't it? Elena whispered. 82 when frozen. Wakes 50 years younger. Effectively. Bullshit science or miracle. I pressed palm to glass. Feeling nothing but cold. He know about me? Always. The mate's brat, his leverage against Richard.
But you.
Thrived. Thrived to die. Then reboot. Wake him. Her laugh tinkled. Patience. Prodigy. Protocol. Neural scans first. Tomorrow. That night, hotel suite overlooking lake. I hacked the clinic's guest Wi-Fi, Tommy's toolkit. Remote. Files downloaded. Protocols.
Logs.
One entry. Subject fee. 1. Revival viability 92%. Directive. Integrate air, S.
Arper per codicil. Air.
Not pawn. My stomach nodded. Bed brought no rest. Dreams of thawing flesh. His voice gravel. Blood calls. Granddaughter. Dawn briefing, Elena. Doctors. A lawyer in tweed. Vitals stable. Emergence in T-4 hours. I nodded.
Numb.
The chamber pressurized. Hisses like awakening serpents. Lid unsealed. Mist billowing. And he stirred, eyes fluttering, blue as Elena's venom. Water, first croak. A nurse complied, and he drank, gaze locking on me through vapors. Recognition bloomed, slow then sharp. Savannah, voice rusty, but commanding. My girl. The word punched. Elena hovered, but he waved her off, sitting up frail in silk robe. Leave us. Alone. He beckoned. Closer. I approached. Pulse thunder. Grandfather. A chuckle. Wheezing. Hate the title. Call me Victor.
Sit.
We talked, or he monologued, over 4 drips beeping. His life. Rum running in the 60s. Farm a pivot in the 80s. The fling, with my mom a calculated conquest to bind Richard. He stole my code. My girl. I stole his peace. Peace? Dad's empire was war spoils. You poisoned him. Victor's eyes twinkled. Evelyn's amateur hour. I planned finesse, slow fade, then reclaim. But cryo. Detour. Detour to now. And me. You kill the interloper. He gripped my wrist. Strength surprising. Evelyn's trial. You're doing? Yes.
Good.
Blood. He released.
Sighing.
Merge the houses. Von Harper. Rule. Temptation roared. Power absolute. Sins absolved. But Dad's face flashed his laugh. His lessons. Or what? Or she walks. And you swing again. His smile. Grandfatherly now. Choose. I chose flight. Back to the suite. Booking the next jet. But Elena waited. Gun and purse small. Pearl-handled. Family first. Controversial 8. Fight. I lunged, grabbing the lamp, smashing her wrist. Gun skittered. Shot wild into plaster. We grappled. Nails and elbows. Her snarling traitor bitch, like Evelyn's echo. I pinned her. Knee to throat. Tell Victor. Blood's thicker than mercy. I'm done. Cops came, clinic security. Swiss efficient. Elena arrested, babbling about the old man's will. Victor remained, plodding from his bed. Homebound, turbulence mirroring my gut. I texted Tommy. Burn it all. Every trace. Florida welcomed with heat wave. Mansion feeling vast and empty. Marcus met me at the gate. Face drawn. Feds raided again. Evelyn's deal. Naming you.
Me?
The frame? No, the adoption. Twisted. She claims I knew. Conspired. Lies, he growled. But the board dissolves. I storm the office. Calling emergency session. Merger off. Vaughn assets seized. Cryopod impounded. Outrage. Suicide. Survival. Votes flew. Mine decisive. Harper Innovations. Purged. But the storm peaked. Headlines: teen CEOs Swiss shootout. Mob heir gone rogue. Protests swelled. Shareholders bailing. Lily's school expelling her for association. Guilt gnawed. Controversial 9. Sacrifice. I stepped down. Naming Marcus interim. Cashing shares to fund Lily's trust. Keep it clean. He hugged fierce. Where to? Forward. Trial redux. Evelyn's appeal. Me subpoenaed. Courtroom packed. Her eyes dead fish stare. She did it. The girl planned it. From the grave. Delusions. Jury saw through. Appeal denied. As she shrieked. Led away permanent. Victor's message arrived. Courier. Sealed. Well played.
Blood.
But thrones empty, without heirs. Call when ready. I burned it. Ashes to wind. Summer waned. Me adrift in a world I'd scorched. Reborn for revenge. But what now? Shadows lingered. But lighter. Maybe happy endings were illusions. But peace? Earned. One controversial step at a time. Autumn crept in on salt-laced breezes, turning Palm Beach leaves to brittle confetti. But my world stayed suspended. Post-revenge limbo. A high-wire act without net. Stepping down from Harper Innovations left me untethered. 18 now, fake ID expired. Real birthday, a quiet affair with takeout tie. Flush with stock cash, but hollow as the mansion's echoing halls. Marcus ran the ship steady. Shares rebounding on youthful vision spin. While I ghosted through community college classes, business ethics. Ironic syllabus fodder. Lectures droned on Milton Friedman's invisible hand. But mine itched for more. The unfinished burn. Victor Vaughn's silence was the loudest taunt. No calls. No couriers. Just ripples. Elena's trial in Geneva. Plea to conspiracy. 5 years light. Whispers in boardrooms. His cryo complications. Neural rejection. Pods sealed indefinite. Dead or dormant. I didn't care. Blood called. But I'd hung up. Controversial 10. Philanthropy. I funnel millions into a foundation. Harper Firecrackers. Scholarships for betrayed daughters. No nepotism strings. Headlines softened. From scandal to savior. Paparazzi thinned. But stalkers lingered. One. A Rocco acolyte. Tailing my runs along the Intracoastal. I reported it. Got a Glock permit, Florida's gift to the paranoid, and slept with it under pillow. Safety off. Nights were the worst. Insomnia's theater replaying reels. Dad's scotch glass shattering. Evelyn's smirk at my noose. Victor's grip like inheritance chains. Reborn. But scarred. Phantom aches where the shank bit. Dreams of swinging waking me sweat-soaked. Therapy? A joke. Process the trauma. The shrink cooed. Process? I'd weaponized it. Enter twist 2. The letter. Not Dad's. But Mom's, my biomom. Maria Delgado. The maid. Unearthed in estate cleanup. Postmarked 05.
Pre-poison.
Mailed to Richard. Care of me. Dearest Savannah, if this reaches you, forgive the silence. Your father, Victor, promised protection, but his world devours. I fled to California. New name. New life. Richard's kindness saved us both. But know this, you're no accident. Mine and Victor's fire, tempered by good men. Beware the Vaughn hunger. It consumes. Love. Always. Maria, now Elena M.
Reyes.
Elena M. Not Voss. A ghost aunt? No, the half-sister lie. Mom. Alive? I googled frantic. Reyes. Waitress in San Diego. Obit 2012. Cancer.
Quiet.
Too late. But the address lingered. A pull west. Controversial 11. Road trip. Solo. Mustang convertible top-down. I-10 stretching like escape vein. Marcus knew. Heel. Kid. Lily slipped me a bracelet, beads, and a saint medallion. For luck. San Diego hit like bomb. Ocean air scouring Florida stickiness. Sunsets bleeding orange over cliffs. I found her grave in a hillside cemetery. Modest stone. Maria Reyes. Beloved mother. Weeds choked it. So I knelt, weeding with bare hands, dirt under nails like penance. I'm here, I whispered. Locket in pocket, Victor's now. Talisman or curse. Sorry I was late. No answers. But peace trickled, slow as tide. Back east. The foundation thrived. First gala. Me in black sheath. Toasting donors amid yacht club chandeliers. To second chances, I said. Clinking crystal. Eyes scanning for threats. That's when he appeared. Harlan. Evelyn's shark. Suit rumpled.
Scotch and fist.
MS. Harper. A word. Bar corner.
Dim.
His breath boozy. Clients. Deteriorated. But a proposition. Pass. Victor. He slid a flash drive. Wants alliance. Cryos stabilizing. Offers proof, your mother's full story. Unredacted.
Bait.
I pocketed it anyway. Why you? Evelyn's out. I'm freelance.
Grin.
Yellowed. And broke. Drive home. Paranoia spiked. Mirrors checked. Locks double. Plugged in videos. Maria's deposition. 2004.
Tear-streaked.
Victor forced me. The night. Threats. Richard rescued. Adopted the baby to hide. Hide from what? Deeper files. Vaughn's rackets. Not just rum, human traffic echoes. Girls like Mom. Indentured. Victor's empire. Built on broken backs. Rage reignited. Controversial 12. Expose. I leaked to a podcaster. Dark Empires series. Anonymized but pointed. Episodes dropped. Viral, Victor's revival, trending cryo-criminal. Fallout, clinic sued. Pod quarantined. Victor's voice from a smuggled clip. Slander. The girl's deranged.
Deranged.
The word for my trial. Echoes. Winter bit. Holidays hollow. Thanksgiving with Marcus and Lily. Turkey dry as regret. What's next? Save, she asked. Pie fork poised. Justice.
Vague.
But true. New Year dawned with a bang. FBI raid on the mansion. Dawn no knock. Vests and shouts. Savannah Harper. Open up. I complied. Hands up. Glock on counter. Ruiz again. Older. Grayer. You're under arrest. Accessory to fraud.
What?
Heart slam. Evelyn's files. Your signatures on Elysium transfers. Backdated. Impossible. Forgery, hers. From jail? Or Victor's hack? Cuffed in the cruiser. Rain sheeting windows. I pieced the drive. Harlan's gift. Trojan. They'd framed me again. Prodigal returned to prod. Holding cell was concrete purgatory. Fluorescent hell. Bunkmates eyeing the heiress. Bail hearing. Marcus posted. Face thunder. Planted. Will fight. But doubt seated. Reborn to repeat?
No.
Controversial 13. Plea out. I lawyered up new shark. Female. Fierce. Trading testimony on Vaughn for drop charges. Full disclosure, she advised. Even the weird stuff. Weird. The rebirth. I told. Hypnosis memory. Past life delusion. Jury ate it. Or pitted. Victor's pod cracked open February. Him wheeled out frail. Media frenzy. Presser. Family betrayal. But forgiveness for business. Business. The merger push.
Veiled.
Trial mine now. Civil suit against Von Holdings. Me plaintiff. Courtroom redix. But flipped. Victor on stand. Oxygen mask hissing. Me grilling. You traffic my mother. Objection. Sustained. But seeds planted. Climax, the vault. Subpoenaed. Victor's Swiss safe, docs spilling, ledgers. Photos. Mom's contract. Services rendered. Jury gasped. Verdict swift. Assets frozen. Him under house arrest. Cryo banned. As gavel fell, his eyes met mine defeat.
But spark.
Proud. Blood. I turned away. Victory.
Pyrrhic.
Spring bloomed. Foundation gala too electric. Donors flocking. Lily my date in sparkles. You did it. Save.
Not done.
Controversial 14. Burn the bridge. I sold the mansion. Moved to a condo overlooking the water. Simple life, classes, runs, dates with a barista named Jax, tattoos and easy laugh. But shadows whispered. Harlan vanished. Body in the glades, suicide. Official. Rocco 2. Accident. Victor's cleaning crew? Decision run. Or route. I rooted. Testifying to Congress on cryoethics. Immortality for the immoral. Bill passed. Pod scrapped. Summer solstice. Beach bonfire with Jax. Flames eating driftwood. You're past wild, he said. Arm around. Prologue. I kissed him. Salt lips. Reborn. Not remade. Flaws intact. Twist final. Pregnancy test. Positive. Jax's grin. Mine terrified. Heir to what? Harper fire. Von Ice? Or new code? Unbreakable. Forward. Shadows trailing. But lighter. Revenge's end. Not closure. But chapters. The plus sign on the stick stared back like a dare. 2 lines crossing fate in a beachside bathroom. Waves crashing outside Jax's cramped apartment in Delray. The kind of place with salt-eaten shutters and dreams drying on the line. 18 real now. Legal and pregnant. The ultimate controversial curveball. Revenge's hangover. I'd toppled empires. Exhumed graves. But this? A life. Tiny and insistent.
Tethering me to tomorrow.
Jax knocked soft. Voice muffled through palm tree wallpaper. Save. You okay? I flushed. Pocketing the test. Opening to his worried brown eyes. Scruff shadowed from night shifts at the coffee roaster.
Yeah.
Just. Thinking. He pulled me close. Calloused hands gentle. About the baby? Busted. How'd you? Your face. Mine too. First time I saw the test. Grin crooked. We're in this.
Yeah. We.
The word anchored. Foreign after years solo warring ghosts. I nodded. Tears pricking, not fear, but fierce joy. Reborn for vengeance, but maybe redeemed for this. Building, not burning. Months blurred into bloom. Ultrasounds grainy miracles. Foundation board approving maternity leave, ironic. CEO emeritus at 19. Marcus toasting at the shower with non-alcoholic fizz. To firecrackers, old and new. Lily, 14 now. Bracelet twin on her wrist. Planned nursery murals. Unicorns with lasers. Badass. But Vaughn's echo lingered. A low hum under bliss. Victor's appeals dragged. House arrest chafing his silk robes. Tabloids speculating frozen felons come back. Elena paroled early. Vanishing to Paris. Art scene camouflage. And Evelyn? Rumors from the pen. Catatonic. Babbling the swing in therapy circles. Mercy. Denied. Controversial 15 visit. I waddled into Lowell CI. Belly at 30 weeks. Metal detector beeping over the Glock I'd surrendered at the gate.
No.
Wait, Florida concealed carry. But prison stripped it. Warden nodded me through. Plexiglass dividing us. Evelyn shuffling in orange. Hair gray-streaked. Eyes vacant. Savannah. Voice rasp. Like she'd smoked regrets. The child. Hers?
No, mine.
Due November.
Boy.
She leaned to the glass. Breath fogging. Like Richard. Eyes like his. Lies or longing. Why am I here? Evelyn. Forgiveness.
Croak.
Before I break.
Break.
The word hung. Mirror to my death. I pressed palm to divider. You broke me first. I know. Tears tracked. Victor. He groomed me. From cradle. The poison, his recipe. You were the glitch.
Glitch.
Reborn to fix. And now. Nothing. She slumped. End it. Controversial 16. Buzzer pressed. Session over. No absolution. But unburdened. As guards led her away, she twisted. Name him Victor. For the fire.
Outside.
Jack's waiting. Hand on my swell. Rough. Healing. Drive home. Radio crooning Springsteen. Thunder Road. Forward motion anthem. Fall painted the intercoastal gold. Harvest moon full as my due date neared. Foundation hit stride. Chapters in 10 states. Girls like me, betrayed. Rising. 1. A teen hacker from Detroit. Echoed Tommy. You coded the escape.
Save.
We run it. Pride swelled. Twin to the kicks inside. But climax redux. Victor's breakout. October 31st. Halloween ironic. Estate breach. Guards drugged. Him fled in a black SUV. Destination Zurich. Alert blared. Fugitive felon. Armed. En route to cryo.
No.
Not revival. I called Ruiz. Voice steel. He's mine. Coordinates. Stay out. Harper. Controversial 17 didn't. Jax protested. The baby. But I kissed him fierce. Watch the shop. I'll shop the bastard. Private jet. Foundation perk. Wheels up to Alps. Snow dusting peaks like powdered lies. Clinic fortified now. Feds swarming. But Victor inside pod prepped. Techs coerced. I slipped past perimeter. Belly no hindrance in adrenaline's rush. Glock reclaimed from Miami contact. Hallway sterile. Echoes of my footsteps judgment drum. Chamber door ajar. Him supine. Tubes kissing veins. Elena at console, paroled phantom. Granddaughter. Victor's voice. Amplified. Come to witness? To end. Gun raised. Steady despite the weight. Elena spun. Syringe glinting. Too late. Sequence initiated. Pod hummed. Frost blooming. His eyes locked. Blood wins.
Bang.
My shot. Warning. Ceiling chunk. Shut it down. She lunged. Hypo aimed. Poison legacy. We crashed. Belly cushioning fall. Her nails raking. For daddy. I twisted. Elbow to jaw. Glock skittering. Feds burst then. Ruiz bellowing federal. Freeze. Chaos. Elena cuffed. Pod venting steam. Victor stirring, thaw aborted. Heart flatlined, beeping final. He gasped. Gaze on me.
Proud.
Firecracker. Eyes glazed.
Done.
Aftermath. Headlines: Eris halts horror. Cryo king dead.
Me.
Minor wounds. Baby fine. Hailed reluctant hero. Jax flew in, holding me through debrief. His whisper. Our Thunder Road. November birth Theo Richard Harper. Eyes hazel like mine. Cry fierce as dad's laugh. Hospital room sunlit. Marcus and Lily cooing. Foundation board sending balloons. Till legacies unbroken. Theo nursed. Tiny fist curled. And I wept. Rebirth complete. Vengeance's arc bent to grace. Shadows receding. Years flickered. Theo's first steps on beach sand. Jax's ring simple gold. Foundation global. Firecrackers igniting worlds. Victor's estate? Donated. Museums of infamy. Evelyn pass quiet. 32. Letter smuggled. Swing free.
I did.
Reborn at the edge. Now soaring. Graduation shadow? Faded scar. Story told in boardrooms and bedtime tales. Once, mommy danced with devils. But love, that's the real reboot. And in the quiet, locket opened one last time. Photo tucked away, replaced by Theo's ultrasound. Blood called once.
Now,
It sings.